All right, it looks like we are live. Welcome everyone. My apologies about running a few minutes late here. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Hope you all, oh, I got my speakers on. Hopefully there's not any feedback going on. Hopefully you're all having a great Tuesday. Had a good night last night. Rested up and ready to, get at the day again today, I guess, and build ourselves some businesses. All right, and we're going to get right into it because actually right before this, I was just kind of plugging away at Figma, of course, and where I ended up, I'll zoom in on this one, where I ended up yesterday was that we were working along in this Figma thing here, we're just kind of making this blog post, and my thoughts is I want to make it as dynamic as I possibly can. And so I took some time to go back and just kind of watch some Figma tutorials, I guess, on auto layout stuff, which is kind of what I need to just get my grasp on. And I think I have a pretty good understanding of it. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty tech savvy, whatever, but I think it's just getting used to how it works and how it flows with everything. And then I'm also trying to figure out how I can make the best use of making components. So anyway, so I figured, just watch me maybe struggle a little bit here on the stream because part of this too is, just showing how things are, I don't know, like the nitty gritty of trying to make a business, right? And try to create a $1 million company is what we're trying to do here. So sometimes there's stuff that goes well, sometimes there's stuff that goes, not as well. So, so all this being said here, this is a frame. That's what's going on. So one thing that I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create, so I have these 7 different variants of like a published on date. So this thing here, I want to, again, so when I have this card here, I want to make it completely dynamic so I can easily create a bunch of different variations of what a, blog post card is going to look like on, on a homepage or whatever the case may be. And so when people are using this Figma file, I want them to be able to turn different things on and off very, very quickly, or even to just make some changes or adjustments on what they like better. So I think I want to make everything into a component which can be updated. And then also then of course, we're going to have to auto layout everything so that everything kind of responds with the changes. So one thing that I was working on just now was trying to, let me bring these over here and delete this frame. I was trying to just make a list here of just a bunch of different random names so I can just put those into a component so that way when we're testing out these things and we're switching them around, people could just kind of change the names. And I was just having a little bit of an issue where whenever I'd update the name, the actual size of the container wasn't updating. So this is just the one little thing that I guess is giving me a little bit of issues when I'm working with components, is that things aren't resizing properly. So, and I think I'm not creating things the best. So for example, so here's where something's really strange. So I put all of these, so I just had a list of text and I put them all in frames, but yet for whatever reason, I'm having some frames which don't have the right size. And I don't know why this is. Like this text here is not the size that it should be. And I don't know why it's doing that. So it's very, very strange to me. So, because I know if I make a text, I'm just going to make a text here and Shift A to put it in a frame. And I'm going to put 0 and 0 for the padding. And then what we want to do is we want to make this fill container. So that way, I think when I update name, it should update the size of the container. So this, the way this is working is it's because it's fixed. I mean, if it's hug, so this is where I'm having, so I thought I understood this yesterday. because I have this at fill container, but if I have it as hug content, okay, so that's where I think I have things just backwards. So the text needs to hug the content, and then I think the frame, no, now we have a problem here. The frame also needs to be hug. Maybe that's it. Maybe they both just need to be on hug, and then that'll solve the problem. So let's just go here. So this is fixed, put this to hug, and this text is also fixed, and put that to hug. Okay, that seems to fix that problem, although there's an extra space here at the end, probably because I have a space there. Okay, so that's the problem. All right. So I didn't quite have that right for text. Okay. Oh, not fill, but hug. Okay. So let's delete that. So I got all my frames here. Let's have them start at the same spot. And how come this one? Oh, there's something wrong with this one. This is fixed as well. I mean, they're all mixed. So let's put them all back to hug. And I just need to select all the text. Is there a shortcut key to be able to select or like to expand everything within like a group? That would be really nice. So I'm going to select all the text in the frames, and I'm going to set those to hug as well. Okay. So now I think everything is good. So I'm going to select all these ones, and I'm going to create a component set. And these are sample names. Okay. It doesn't rename. Actually, we're going to, property is going to be name. Frame one. It'd be nice if it was the property name was the actual text name. Can we link it? I don't think we can we? No, we can't. Okay, so let's just see if this is working as we intended. So we have this frame here, or not this frame, this layout section here. And we're going to change the author to Eleanor here. We're going to throw it in there and delete that. So that's quite nice. So this sample name here, I know we want it to be blue. So let's just get that over with right now. And then if we change the name here, okay, so everything is behaving exactly as I would like it. Okay, that is great. So I think that is good. The reason why I want to have the ability to change the name here is just so we can kind of see how everything is going to behave on just on different sizes. So people can see like, oh, it's a long name, if it's a short name. So, and people can just use that to test their designs. So I like that. Maybe a little nitpicky, but I'm hoping it's those little details that are going to be in this Figma file that are going to add to people's appreciation of it, I guess, or its usefulness. So if I go here and update this person's name, Jughead. Okay, everything updates well there. So that is perfect. Okay. And so, actually, you know what, these names, I'm actually going to spend the time just to rename them. Oh, I guess I need to go here, actually. because it's nice to be able to see what the name is when you're actually selecting the name from the variant. Because otherwise it'll be pretty hard to know what the name is when you're just looking at frame 4 or frame 5 or whatever the name is. That doesn't make much sense. Copy that. So I know it doesn't look like much right now, but it's all going to come together. Trust me. I got it all laid out in my head of how everything's going to look. And it's going to look pretty good. I just got to let my framer skills catch up to my brain. But I think we're making pretty good progress. I mean, I've been working consistently in Framer for a couple weeks now. And I'm feeling pretty good. So that's good. Okay, so we got our sample names. And right. And we're going to take this guy. I'm just going to duplicate that one and use slide in here. And we're going to change the name because we can. And actually this one, I guess we can click here. I think this one was blue, right? I think it was. Yeah, and see, there's lots of things that people can do even within here. Let's change this name just to be a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, so get another instance of this name, put it here. And the blue is just to highlight that it's an actual link. So where people can click on that person's name if they so choose. This one here. Oh, okay. We got an issue here with this layout. So what is the problem here? I think it's this thing. So put that to hug. There we go. All right. Starting to come together. This name, go up here if we want to change it. Actually, this guy's got a picture. So let's maybe make the picture consistent with the name. I mean, just little nitpicky things here. And one last copy. That's not where we wanted it. We want the name in this spot here. And let's go ahead and bold this. Oh, no, bold. Where are we? There we go. Okay, so these are basically the different variations that I see that people can use when you're putting in either the name of the author or who published or when it was published, and yeah, or a combination of both, right? So there's just different variations. So could I make more? I think that's pretty good. So I think that's good for now. So we'll take this and we will create this as a component set, and we'll throw it out here again. Just, I don't know why we're throwing components out of the frames. And we'll call this, let's close up all these things. Oh, it's got to be a shortcut key to close. Select a bunch of different layers and close them. So we're going to call this, what should we call this? We're going to call this, it's like metadata, but it's with the author. So metadata author, can you guys see that? Yeah, it's showing up there. There's got to be, hang on. So Figma increase like font size of app. Change font. I want to change the font. Increase, Figma increase. That's going to be of the actual font of everything. No, that's not what we want. So Figma increase font of like the application. Figma increase, let's say maybe size of interface. Maybe I need to go onto Google here to get a better result. Adjust the scale of the Figma UI. That's what I want. That's what I want. This includes size. The panels, right? Okay. So on the desktop app, view interface scale. Okay, here we go. Let's see this. Where's view? View interface scale. Okay. Frame outlines, pixel preview outlines, comments, show slicers. I don't see any interface scale here. Did I read that correctly? In the desktop app, click View from the menu bar. Hover over the interface scale options. Well, there's a shortcut key. Control Shift Alt equal. Let's try that. Control Shift Alt equal. Ah, there we go. Can I keep? There we go. That's probably like a million times better for you guys to see. I'm hoping. So, and then equal again. So I can make this a little smaller. This one probably can't shrink. That's okay. We lose a little bit of real estate in the middle here, but I think that's probably helpful for you guys. Let me know if you like it like this or like before. Nope. It's actually maybe even better for me so I can see it because it was pretty small. Although this might be too big, but I think we're okay for this. Okay. So what did we do? We made this into variants, right? So can we bring this up a little bit? Yeah, there we go. So we're going to select these three. And where are we? Design. Oh, I got to move. I got to scroll up now. Not used to that. Okay. So this is going to be just I'll just say with avatar, and then it'll just be a yes and a no. Okay, and then I guess we can just have. Oh, gotta go up there. Let's create a variant. And we're just gonna call this not type. What's a good name for this? Like style, like details. So if we go to this guy, we can say title and date. Let me just say author and date. Author and date 1, because there's going to be another one here, which is going to be author and date 2. And what is this one? Title and date 1. And this will be title and date 2. Okay. And I guess details here will be author and date, just author and date. Author with short title. It's just basically this byline. Can we use quotations in here? Author with by. I can. And then this is author with written by. Okay. So let's just test this out. So I take this over here. Rolando, welcome. Why don't you use Booleans for the avatar and the date? It's a good question. Why don't I use Booleans for the avatar and the date? So that would be in this one. Right. I don't know. Is that going to make it better? Is that going to make it easier to work with? I don't know. That's a good question. I'd like to... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. Yeah, I don't know. With avatar, without... Oh, okay, this is going to be a little strange. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think it'll work better? I really don't have a good answer for that. Just, I guess, the way that my brain has worked, the way that my brain is wired, that my thoughts here is to just have these different variations. And then when you come in here to make this card, and when you're switching out how this looks, you shouldn't, I wouldn't think, be too concerned about really micromanaging all of these. Yeah, so hang on a second. So instead of having 3 variants with the author with an avatar, you would only have 1. So... But these ones are a little bit different though, no? Because the text is like it's on 2 lines. It's a little bit different. Gaurav, welcome. How are you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you on here. Welcome. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Although, of course, Rolando here is always pushing me to do better at Figma. Which is really good. But yeah, no, doing really well. Just plugging away and really trying to get this thing ready for launch here at some point, hopefully in the next week or 2. So instead of having 3 variants for the author with an avatar, you'd only have 1. So I just have it. My gut is telling me that might add too much complexity when we're actually building out the cards and giving too much like unnecessary complexity. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. don't don't get bogged down and keep moving forward. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's just trying to think about. It's kind of one of the things that maybe it's a flaw of mine that I always want to make sure that I like technically I do things the correct way, and I know there's, especially in coding, there's not always just the correct way. There's lots of different ways to accomplish a task. 100%. But I do know, like when I do rock climbing, I have to be like so technical and precise that sometimes it stops me from getting better, because it's like I just need to climb the wall like as perfectly as I possibly can. So it's really weird. So yeah. Anyways, so but because I feel like I know what you're saying. I'm like, yes, it's probably gonna work better, but I just can't figure it out in my head right now. But anyways, yes, move forward. Let's keep going. Actually, there's one thing I do want to change is this here. We're gonna actually add another variant here. And we're just gonna call this I don't know. This is just the author type. Yeah, sure. Author type. Create that. Okay, so this here. So I need to change this. Actually, can I just do this? Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to change this. Oh, I think it changed it with everything. Oh, no, shit. It changed it with all these guys. Ah. Okay, undo, 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 undo. Okay. Component configuration. Can you remove a variant? How do you do that? I should be able to, shouldn't I? Can I just delete it? No. Won't let me. Well, that sucks. Or if details. Like if I went here and I deleted this. Okay, that works. Although it says missing property. Yeah, once I remove it from all the elements, it'll delete the property. Yeah. And then the question is, but is there an easier way to remove them? Like, it'd be nice if there was just a minus sign here, so I can just delete them. Anyways. So let's do that. And I think that was, and here. Oh, right. Details. Oh, shit. Details. Here we go. Oh, this one. Okay. It's missing one or more properties. Come on, man. Oh, right, because that's going to always be here. Oh, shit. I see what I'm doing here. This is wrong. I think the problem I'm having. So yeah. Right. I think this goes. Okay. All right. So my thinking was that I could only apply, like once I select, okay, let me just see if I can talk this out in my brain here. So when I create this one and I say with or without avatar, I want it to show only the variant that is associated with something that is has with avatar. So it's not going to work. So I think what we're going to have to do is just keep it simple for this. Remove this one, and yeah, well, and then we'll just go with one, and we'll call it, what will we call it? I don't know, just type, I guess, is fine. Okay. So type here would be, which one is this one? You go up at the top. I don't know. We're just going to move along here. I'll think about renaming this stuff later. Type 5. Then maybe I'll think about if there's a better way of doing this, which there probably is. Okay. So now here I could just update that. There we go. And then I think also within here I should be able to go into the avatar, change the avatar, which is cool. Change the type here, and I also could change the name. I hope I can. Oh. Yep. Everything looks like it's working good. And the post date, I can change the style of the date as well. Although that, ooh, that's interesting. So it's changing. When I change the style, it's also changing whether it's bold or not. That's interesting. Oh, that is interesting. That is very interesting. That's not the behavior that I want. Oh well, we'll interesting. Okay. Not sure what to do with that, but we'll keep plugging away anyways. Not too big of a deal at this point of the game. Okay, so right. So let's look at our actual card. We have an image. We have a title. I have the title there. Or actually, we also want the category. Can I rename this? Category. And here we have this here. Metadata author. And then we're also going to have more tags down here. And these are auto layout as well. Let's just add a couple more just so we can make sure that things are going to collapse well when we do our auto layout for the whole card. So application development and hey, Figma. Figma stuff. Okay. So that's good. And then we have, yeah, I think we just have kind of this. We'll kind of keep that together. Okay, so I think one of the big things that I was thinking about is how to lay things out so that you have the right spacing that you want between all the different elements within this card here, this blog card that we're building. So I think what we can do first, maybe let's take the whole thing that we have now. Actually, this is going away. This can go away. What's this? This can go away too. So let's take this whole thing and put this into a layout. So here we have our just blog card, or this card. So we have our card here, and that looks pretty good so far. Okay, at least in terms of just whatever. This being our card, we don't have any good layout stuff here. Okay, so what do we want to do? Let's focus on this post here. So we want to make this thing, I think, ooh, does this thing need to be, does that one need to, whoops. Yeah, that doesn't need to be an auto layout either. I think this one feels nicely just on its own, which is good. Although I think we might put this and the category. Does it need to be in its own layout? I don't know. Hang on. So post, we need to, I think that's fill as well. So it can fill up. Yeah, okay. And actually, do we need to have this return here to make it wrap? Oh no, that's for if there's multiple things, like in this. I think this one, it is wrap. So that's not quite, how do we do this? Or I think maybe it's in, is it in here where this needs to wrap? Nope, that's not it. Because we want these ones to wrap around when this thing gets too small. And so I thought that's what this button does. So that's this one, that's wrapping, but it's not doing that. I thought that's what that button does. Okay, let's move on to this here first. It could be a sizing issue. So that's going to fill. That's also going to fill. We do have some spacing issue here. Why is there, oh, not that one. Maybe it's because of this. Oh, right. Hug contents. Yes. That makes sense. So we have a couple problems. Number one, this text here. And number two, this text over here. So, let's try to get these tags going first. So if we just, oh, I was gonna say if I remove auto layout completely, what do we get? So now it's a frame. We don't want it to be a frame. Let's just get that out of there. Oh, what the hell just happened there? This is like super small. Sorry, let me undo this. What the heck just happened? Why when I deleted, when this comes out, interesting, the tags come out. Is it like getting squished? Can we not do a minimum height here? I thought there was something for minimum height. Yes, add minimum height. So say it's 200. That's interesting. Okay. So we have these three guys. Shift A for auto layout. Excuse me. And horizontal, but we actually want it to wrap. And it's not wrapping to this guy. So that's horizontal, what we want, but this will make everything wrap around. So that's not what we want. So what is it with this guy? So why isn't this wrapping? This is actually a little bit perplexing to me because I thought that this would make it work. Yeah, I mean, oh, auto maybe? The height? So height is set to Figma frame 1, horizontal gap. Actually, let's just put that back to 4. Let's try. So Figma auto layout wrap. A hack. Okay, I know it's been released, so it says launched. Let's do a this doesn't look like it. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Oh, keep going. Keep going. Page down. Oh, can I use this thing? It's loud. Ooh. Oh, it's on the... okay. Wait. Go back. So, yes, the frame is auto-wrapped. Okay. So now okay, hang on. So no, that's working as it's supposed to. But that means I need... Oh, I just need to make this fill the container. Okay. Got it. Hug contents. Okay, my bad. Sorry, guys. You're probably screaming at the screen with reason. Okay. So now for this one's a little bit interesting because I think because you can't really, well, I guess you can. I don't know if you can do like a break word within Figma. If it's actually going to make this text break into multiple lines. Can you do that in here? What does it say? Fixed size, auto height, auto width. Let's see. No, truncate, decorate case, details. Variable, no. Resizing. Maybe fixed size, auto height. No, I don't think that's what we want. So this whole thing here, we can't even apply any kind of layout to this here at all because I think it's fixed. Must be fixed from within here. Okay, I totally don't want to worry about this problem right now because this seems like it's pretty edge case. But it is a problem nonetheless. So let's, for now, we're going to change this name, not from the long name, to a short name. Jordan. Okay, so we have that. So now we just want to look at spacing. Okay, why is this? There we go. That makes sense. All right, so let's play. Let's play a game. We are going to make this into a layout, and so we can change that distance. Actually, this is going to be a little bit strange because we're going to make this whole thing into a component. And if people are going to want to rearrange where they see things within, then it's going to be a little bit of a problem. Let's actually, so if I go here, let's just make this in a component right now. Let's copy this over. So, I mean, if I wanted to, say I want to have the category above. Oh, hang on. I moved the component around. So let's undo. I did too much. Okay, so let's Alt copy. Okay, so in this one, if I just want to have the category, I want to have the category over up top, and I can't. It won't let me move this thing out of the frame. Right, it's not even letting me move this out of the frame. So that's going to be a problem. If I'm not going to be able to can I rearrange things that are outside? Oh, I can't rearrange anything at all. Ooh, okay, that sucks. Because my thought was to create this whole thing as a component, and then you could just drag and drop and pick the things that you'd want to have within your variant. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. Oh, excuse me. So if that's not going to be the case, then let's undo all this stuff. So we're just going to have to make like our own variants, I guess, that aren't components. So Danielle, hi, welcome to the stream. Welcome. How you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, so we're gonna have to keep building this out. And yeah, we're just not gonna make it, we're not gonna be able to make it into components, which is fine. From Brazil, right on. Up here in Canada, so it's cold and snowy, and we just got like 25 centimeters of snow here yesterday. So we're digging out, and I was gonna say like, how's the weather? But I know it's a lot better than here. But yeah, like that's what brings you to the stream today. Trying to learn some Figma or building yourself a business. I'm just curious to what brings you by. But welcome nonetheless. Then we got Rolando as well from Mexico, and I've been talking about this before, about like North America. And I want to visit South America so bad. I know Mexico's not southern. South America, so North America, but anywhere south of the United States, I definitely want to visit. Maybe I'm just getting tired of the winter. Okay. So, all right, should we rename these? Not just quite yet. Okay. Actually, does it make well, I think it does. It does make sense. Okay. Sorry. Thinking out loud here. Oh, your name is Daniel Bush on your mom's account. Oh, okay, okay. Did she give you permission to be on her account? That's okay. We're family friendly here, I think, for the most part. Okay, let's adjust this here just to get a little bit of a better view of what we want to change. So I think we want to have our post, our metadata, and our, select these all, and our frame here for our tags. We're going to put that in its own frame. And this, we're just going to call this title, author, and tags. And then we're going to create the spacing that makes the most sense for us here. And I kind of like that. I might even want to play around with that a little bit more. Yeah, it's looking decent. Yeah. Do I know Mr. Beast? Like, you mean the most famous person on YouTube? Yeah. I don't know him personally, but yeah, I know of him. Yeah. He knows a thing or two about creating videos. I just want to see what this looks like with less tags here. Yeah, I'm not even a fan of how those tags look here, but let's go in here. Let's adjust this a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, yeah, I mean, no worries. Stick with whatever account makes sense for you. Don't switch anything on my account. Just do you. Do what you got to do. Okay. And these are, I'm going to say, these are going to be just the card tags. I'll rename that. And this here is title and category. All right, we'll do that. And I think, I mean, that's pretty. Oops, I did duplicate that. So let's move that out of the way. And I actually want to make this, can I make this, what size do I want to make it? I think 340 is a good size that I like for blog posts. So 340 is good. And actually, let's go to the post image. 340 by 200. Ah, that's a good size. That's a good size. Okay. So let's go here, make this the same, 340. And I don't need to be that close. Let's say So now we're going to just change things up. This is a variation of the blog layout for maybe just that. This is just a variation of the blog layout. Okay. And what can we do? What can we do differently? So we can take our author and we can make something. We'll make this one very minimal. We got different types here. All 6, 7, 8. I think we want. Yeah, I like that. One of the questions that I have that's bothering me a little bit is how different, again, it's how many different variations of these components should I be making? And if we go here, let's just say this tag is, whatever, it's just Figma. Let's just remove that one. Or at least maybe even in this one, say this one doesn't even have any tags. So we could just even remove that completely. So this is a more simplified version. And then, is there a way to undo? How do we undo or ungroup? I guess we just do that. Ooh, look at that, perfect. So we can move this category. Oh, we can't bring it down because this thing is still in auto layout. So I think we need to post category and the title. Ooh, it's already in there. Can I throw this in? I'm sure I can. Oh, I can't. There we go. Let's make this just a little bit tighter. Yeah, so this is how we can just make different variations of these components here. Maybe to make it look a little bit better, we can we go in and let's change. Let's just change the image if we can. Unsplash. There we go. Maybe a picture of some goats. Hey, there we go. Okay, and a third one. 66. Can we change the distance between them? Let's make it a variant of 8. Let's go 60. A very simple blog, and say blog or news collection display. And let's change type 1. No, I actually don't like that one. Okay, so let's just maybe assume this one Just doesn't have an author for whatever reason. And yeah, I mean, that's it. We can even maybe, I like, there's no, I don't like that one. I like this one better. Let's change the date format. Style 2. Yeah, there we go. An image. Okay, I don't need to get overly complicated here, but I want to pick something that looks nice. Oh, these are all nice pictures. Some good photographers. What's that? Some kind of nutmeg? Nutmeg, jeez. Some kind of, oh, I don't know what that is. This is cool. And if we want to, I mean, we can totally change the button type as well. You can change the state, continue reading, or the text. All kinds of things that we can do. Okay, I mean, I like this. I think. My question is, how much time do I spend on trying to design these things here in Figma versus putting some in Webflow? Maybe we can try making some, or one that, or a couple that are just a little bit, just have a little bit more, more to them. But again, I got to remember what the point is of Piixel Pieces is when people are signing up to our site. The goal is to make people be able to design and build and deliver websites to their clients faster. So we got to keep that in mind so that when we are building something, if it's more complicated, we still want to make it easy for people to be able to understand how to adopt it to their own design. That's why, again, when you're looking at something like Reloom, which is really great for their library, is that everything is just like black and white. And you just go ahead and put your own design to it. So I'm taking a slightly different approach where nothing is going to be 100% black and white. And I have a little bit of color, but just to give a little bit more of an idea of what things can look like. So yeah, that's the balancing act. And it's an interesting balancing act indeed. Okay, so let's duplicate this one. Let's create another one, and I want to unbind this, right? So I think it's ungroup. Just for now, because we want to do things. Oh, where did things go? Oh, everything's still good. Okay. We'll unbind this again. Well, I just saw the control. What is that button? Is this backspace? Or is that delete? No. I think that's backspace. Let's give it a try. So control, backspace. Okay, perfect. Good. and control backspace. Okay. So we can do something that's kind of a little fun. Actually, what we're going to do, let's put this in a group so at least we don't get it confused with these cards. And I'll close that so maybe you guys can see that side menu. Okay. Let's take the category. Oh, put it up top. And here's the post image. And we could do something where we can take the category kind of outside a little bit. I mean, we could put it on slants and angles, but I think this is okay. Just something simple like this. Do we want to make that bigger? Ooh, it's tough to say. Maybe have a little more volume there. That's not so bad. Let's change the image. And whoop, what did I just do? I want to do Control P to bring up the search Unsplash. I wish that they would randomize the pictures so you don't have to always go scrolling. I guess if I search for something, like if I search for like animal. Ooh, what else can we search for? Let's get a good food shot. Because I'm not already hungry. Ooh, look at these pancakes. Delicious. Are those bananas on there? Oh. Okay. Close that. It's hard to think about how to make things, how to design things just a little bit differently to make things kind of stand out a little bit, but also to make sure that they're not too like I'm not going too far outside the box in terms of being so specific that people aren't going to want to use it because it's not like a standard component or a piece of website that people normally have. So that's kind of the thing that I'm trying to think about here. So we could, let's go with this text here. But this time, let's maybe center align it. And, I think we actually have to align the text here. And, I need to throw that up a bit. Or actually, let's put this down and let's get we need the author. Where's the author? Here she is. And you're going to go up. I'm going to align you. And we're going to give you, I think, just very simple. Yeah, just by this person. But I'm going to bold your name. And do we need tags? Do we want to show tags on this one? We have the category. I mean, do we want to have tags up here? Does it look stupid? I think it crowds it a little bit too much for the look that I'm trying to go here, which is definitely more of a minimal style. So let's trash it for now. And should this even have an excerpt? Can we? I thought there was something that I saw somewhere in Figma where you can limit the amount of lines on the text. I thought there was a thing. Let me see. Truncate. Right. Max lines. Here we go. Say 2. And then post title, excerpt, and then the button. Actually, I'm not even feeling this here, this excerpt. I think it's too much. Because the idea behind something like this, if I was going to actually design this in a website, would be focus on the visuals and focus on the hook of the title. And then get them to click on that alone. I guess having that secondary line, which reinforces the hook on the title, might not be a bad thing. But then that gets into a little bit of the minutia of copywriting, and I don't think I need to worry too much about that here with this, what I'm trying to do here. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm liking it. This one's not so bad. So I'm gonna group this. This is the image and category, and post title. Where'd the author go? Oh, here we go. Oh, right here. You go down here, and all these guys here. You're just gonna go into an auto layout. Centered nicely, and yeah, perfect. And we might want to, do we want to keep everything consistent? Do we want to have the text to always be the same, even though they're different components? Because something like this looks really nice to me, where it's not like a super bold text for a title, but we just have something different. But again, that's getting more into the design aspect, and we want to leave that to the actual person who's going to be using the component, right? So don't worry about that. Okay, and this is just the card, and let's move this up. Okay, and this actually does it respond well? No, it's not responding well. And why is it not? Because why? Because these aren't. Well, this one's actually going to be a little bit interesting. Control. No. What do I got to do for this one? If I, Shift A, put that in a frame. But I think what I need to do actually is I just need to absolutely position this, and let's go -10, actually maybe -12. -12 pixels, and then -12 here. Oh, I don't want minus that one, I want plus. There we go. Actually, that's too much. Let's go 8. Yeah. Okay. And let's go out here. We want this to fill the container. But this is also supposed to fill. And we do have the minimum height, right? Of 200. Okay, so that is looking good. And then I guess you want to do the same thing here where the width is not fixed. The width is fill the container. There you go. That basically solves. That solves all of our problems. Yeah. And we have issues with this, but that'll be fixed in CSS, not here. I'm not going to worry too much about that here in Figma, because this is not going to happen. If this happens, if you're on a website on a phone and you get this with that being too long, then you have issues. Not you personally, but your site. Your site has issues. What was that, 340 or is it 360? 340. Okay. So that looks good. So what else should I focus on? Let's go back here and let's look at all these different things that we were doing. So we're working on tooltips. Actually, even before that. So we have our navigation. We have our different navigation options. And we kind of decided that we're probably going to need at least 20 different navigation options to fit everything. And that's quite all right. Oh, excuse me. So we're going to have lots of different navigations. So we've got the blog sections. We'll probably do a couple more as well too. Just add some more and even these ones are maybe kind of similar. I think I'll have to do some more thought into the design here of these things. It's tough when you're trying to work with almost dummy text and dummy information and trying to build components for a website that doesn't exist. It's a little bit tough. So it's almost, you have to think about the best practices and what are the standard things that people are going to want to have on a website, especially on a blog section. Okay, so we have the avatars, the portal, which I actually haven't finished that one at all. Progress bars. Right, so we need to build some more UI layouts as well, or components, I guess. We got tags, we got the date picker. We have breadcrumbs, which is also going to help for building out some nice header UIs or even like subheaders on applications. I have our accordion menu. This content is hidden. Why is it here? I should probably just delete that. Actually, let's put that back just in case I might do something else with this. All right, we got our tooltips. Oh yeah, alerts, notifications. We got our toggles, sliders, paginations. I'm just trying to think of what I need to focus on and what I should focus on in Figma here in order to build out some more of these components, right? Some more of these components that we want for our website and our application. Let's see. Let's have a think here. Maybe let's start with these hero sections. There's not much to hero sections, so at least in terms of making a framework for one. So maybe we'll start building out these ones and seeing how that goes. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's get into Figma here. And let's create a new page. And we'll call this hero. Yeah, I just wanted to move on from the news section. just to have a little more time to just kind of think about exactly the kind of style that I want to have for these components. So I just need to put a little bit more thought into that. So in the meantime, we'll get onto this. So, all right, let's play F. Let's get a new frame. Desktop, I guess, looks good. So this is going to be, I guess we'll just name these like 1 to, well, whatever the different hero sections are going to be. Okay. So we'll do one here with, well, let's first, I think we should make kind of these welcome things into, should it be into a component? Maybe this sign up and subscribe form could be into a component. Let's start with that. Okay, so we do also have, I think in our input forms, yeah, so we have all these things kind of already ready to go for our placeholders, for our inputs. So we already made that into a nice component. So let's start there. Where am I going? I still want to stay in Figma. Okay, it's just this page. Okay, so let's start. I think if we go on assets, I think it's input. Let's put an input. All right. So we have, we have one here where this is basically, let's go to the layers here. All right, I think we can go here. We can say, you know, email address. And we don't need to show the right icon. Yeah, and name. We also want a name, so let's duplicate that. And this one here is just going to be just name. No, this is a placeholder. Your name. Gosh, we don't need the dots here. In fact, let's take these icons off. And let's add the labels. And labels. We'll make them 14. That's small. No, let's keep it at 16. Black. Whoop. And bold. Yeah, email address. Oh, how did these guys, why did they go out with that frame? And then we need a button. Insert our button. Oh shit, this is a problem. Why the buttons are supposed to be, oh, I know why. I think this is because it's a small button. Regular button. No, that's also a problem. This is supposed to be the same size as the input fields. Why are they not? So if I go back to my layers panel here, probably has to do with, well, I guess just the audio layout really. Let's be, oh, there we go. So is that the right size? Oop. Yeah, that's the right size. So what's going to be easier? I think what might be easier would be to make my input fields larger. Because I like the size of that button Although I like the size of that input field too. Ooh, tricky calls, tricky calls. If I remove the icons, hang on a second. If we don't see the icons in the button, okay, it still stays the same. Yeah, maybe that button is a little bit. What do you guys think? Does that have, does this button look like it has too much padding on the top and bottom? Maybe it does. Maybe it does. So let's make it smaller. Let's go to our buttons and button regular. Oh my, okay, one regular. I go to all these ones and we're gonna make them 2, actually. Right, and let's go 20 there. Okay. So we just updated that in the component, so that should update here, which it has, which is good. I don't have to go crazy. Actually, you go 10 pixels here. On your outside. That's why you're giving me a hassle. Let's go here. This button will say subscribe. Okay, and so one thing that I'm kind of doing here is I'm kind of redoing the components that we already have. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that when you join Piixel Pieces, you'll also get this Figma file so that you can just have fun with it and do whatever it is that you want to do within Figma to kind of play around with the different layouts and components and objects and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of just duplicating some of the stuff that I have here, which shouldn't take too long, but so and then we're gonna put in a title. I'm just gonna say join our newsletter. Just join our newsletter. So we're at 16. What did we use here for the title? I think this is heading 6. Oh. Text style. Heading 6. Okay. Ooh. And then we're going to say, use the form below to join our awesome newsletter, which you really won't want to miss. Okay, and we're gonna go here. Unlike that, I think we're just gonna put you to just the general paragraph size, but we're gonna fill you there. Okay. And 10, I think 16 pixels in. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. think I'll say like enter your first name, enter your email address. Okay, and I think we'll just make this into a component because this is just like your standard subscribe form. Yeah, I mean, we could even... let's go Shift A. Oop, that's not going to work. It's not going to work because everything's all over the place. We need to group this with this and this with this. So this here, Control, Control G. That's going to be name. And here, Control G, email. So all this stuff could walk as one. There we go. Name, email, button. Now we go Shift A, and this is subscribe form. And I think if we want to wrap this, yeah, that looks pretty good, although you would never want this to happen. Or this. We want this or this. So would I say this or this? Is there any way to ensure that using auto layout? I feel like there isn't. Okay, let's think about that. So we have this auto layout here. Let's put this in a frame as well. We'll just call this the heading for the subscribe form. And the space between, not very much. I think that's good. Oh. Make that hook, yeah. We want... So if this goes smaller, I think we need to make that fill the container. If that's what we want. Which I think is what we do want. But this actually, no, that's going to... we want that to hug whatever container is going to be inside. So let's not worry about that quite yet. Join our newsletter, use the form below. And I think what we are missing is just the really big welcome. So, welcome to the best website in the world. Which is totally true. It's obviously the best website in the world. That's, is that too big? That's not so bad. Shift A. And then we want just a subtitle. Oh, text. Okay. This website, you are going to be able to do things that you never thought were possible. Oh, here, 0, 0. And your heading is going to be, or subheading, I should say. We do have a subtitle here. And change that color a little bit. We're going to hang on, before I do that auto layout here, let's do this. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. And we're going to Shift A into the newsletter here. And what space between? Three 36. And 16, 32. 48. Looks pretty good. And then title and newsletter, we're going to go Shift A again. So this is the hero text section. And auto layout. We want to go 6 times 16, 96. Okay, and we can shift that, and here's where we have our little issues. So this title, we are going to make sure that it fills container. Ooh, oh, hang on. No, we need to make sure that this fills the container and this fills the container. Is that what we want? And then the title fills the container. I think that's what we want. That's what we did with the cards, right? Let me just go to this here again. Oh, this whole thing is fill. That's fill too. Yeah, well, as long as it's working. Yeah, that's fill, and this is fill. Although, I feel like if this is hug, no, that doesn't work either. This needs to be fill. This needs to be hug, maybe? No, that can't be hug either. Everything needs to be fill. It's got to filter all the way down here. Okay. So So this here also needs to fill. And the newsletter within here needs to fill. And this also needs to fill. There we go. We could do something like that. But these inputs here, can we make these a subscribe form? I feel like we could make these a smaller size. That's too small. Say it's 230. And then we go down to here. And yeah, we could snap that. That looks a little bit better. Because we have our center line here. That's 720. I don't know how many. Yeah, what's the size? 596. Maybe you have to worry too much about sizing just quite yet. So we have this, and then we'll have another section here. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Place image. Oh. If we just go with rectangle. So 720 is halfway, so seven 40. That's 30 pixels. Let's go 776. Okay, and we want to fill this, right, with an image. So all right, that is what we want to do, right? I mean, there we go. Right, something like that. That would be your hero section. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this part's going to be a little bit boring and tedious. Is I'm going to go and kind of basically duplicate all the heroes images that we have here, and then maybe make and obviously make a few more that are different variations. Basically, what I need to do is just, now that we have this design system in, it's just going over kind of slowly but surely, just building out all these different components within Figma. And then once I'm happy with all of those, then we'll go ahead and actually build them out in Webflow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it here for today. Thank you everyone for tuning in and popping in. I really appreciate it. Almost 30 people kind of showed up here since the start. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm just going to keep plugging away tonight and tomorrow to just try to get as far as I possibly can in Figma, so that hopefully soon. I mean, what day is today? Tuesday? I think for sure by Friday, but I want to do it before then to actually start building stuff in Webflow, because that's just more fun. It's just more fun for me. So anyways, that's what we'll do. So like I said, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching. And yeah, nothing else to say, but have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow for a brand new live stream. Until then, have a good one. And we'll see you tomorrow.